Good morning, collective. My name's Kim. Welcome to my channel, 5 Mirror Tarot. Are you ready? You ready? Let's release karma for the higher good of the entire collective consciousness. I'm sorry, including your bully or your narcissistic, tacky people in your life. Yeah, I know. They told me to jump right on in there. Oh, we start with the Four of Pentacles. They're barely toxic. They're barely keeping it together. They're panicking. They got themselves into quite a pickle. Then we got the topsy-turvets that are coming in to help you, so that you're not pulled. Their karma could splash on you. Your divine is trying really hard to keep you out of this and away from them, like literally, go do you. Because karma, revenge, dish best served cold department. Scare your bully, backstabs your bully. Irony's twist. What a twist. This is an open read. There are so many messages in this one. I didn't know any other way to do this, to get your attention. Now, these are not rumors. This is hot gossip, and the scandals are going back years and years and years and years of time. And you clearly see the mess that your bully is in. It's like I said, you're using your wisdom and staying out of it. Seeing the big picture is kind of a relief, though, isn't it? And your bully is very low vibrational right now, so stay away. Use your discernment. And karma it's a bish. It's true. And they're beneath contempt. They are very low vibrational, lower than a snake's belly. And this is no joke. It's impossible for this karmic pimple to negate or to deny the concrete evidence, that little fungus, so that they ratted out people to take the spotlight off of what they did was just vile. They're despicable. And let's see, this starts at the top. All of them out there in the world right now getting it. All the chaos that they created, the divine is stepping in. The universe is stepping in. Catch them all. The rest of us get the topsy-turvets. There's like a jillion of these little critters. And they come in and they help us. They come and help us face adversity. They help us. They help us so that your tacky people's karma, unless you literally just go up there and take it on, they help you. They help you so you don't do that. There's so many of them. There's enough to go around for everybody, and we sure do need the topsy-turvets right now, don't we? So that in the future we get used to going from choppy, toxic waters to smoother sailing for the rest of us. A lot of us didn't sign on for this crud because we didn't. We didn't. Now then, the topsy-turvets, that energy. We're tapping into the Fraud. I use both of the Fraud Fairy oracles together because it's more fun that way, collective. If you've never been here before, welcome. We come here on this channel in perfect, unconditional, non-judgmental love and perfect trust. This is a safe place for you to be, collective. Now then, don't you force anything. You take what resonates, you let the rest go. And we're going to get into it, all of it. And I thank you. I thank you for clicking on this video. Now this will be a channeled message for you. It's for your highest good. One-on-one between you and I. From one heart space to the other, we reciprocate. I trust this message has found you at the right time. I really do appreciate you. I welcome you in here every day because you show up for me, so I show up for you. I will be here for you. I will be here for you. And I thank you so much for coming in here, and you help me create a magic space every time we come in here. We don't know what the hell's going to happen, do we now? Well, as always, I love you so, so much. And I am so very proud of you, especially during my meditation this morning. It started with the Topsy-Turvettes, and that's the Froud, and the Froud is the fairy, so that we can help you magnetize your soul on 5 Mirror Mirror Tarot. I want to help you to fortify yourself to a fabulous future using your most authentic self. But the Topsy-Turvettes are all over creation right now. They're in the energy of service. Gifts galore coming from a place of service. That's you, collective. Healing is important to share. Sometimes you tell people stuff and it makes them feel better, and other times you just listen. That's a skill, to listen, to really listen. Then you get a change of your viewpoint. You get a fresh look, collective. New ways of seeing. The Turvettes are attracted to our side in the human race, right? But the Turvettes are attracted to our disarray as humans. And don't we have enough for them to play with? Well, they're kind of like their Play-Doh. Our energies are like the Turvettes' Play-Doh. They say, the Turvettes say, that it's vital. It's a huge stage of growth. Confusion. Gets that gray matter going, doesn't it? The Turvettes love to help you grow. And they live everywhere, and they accept you as you are. So you have fun with it. And there is a degree of the Topsy-Turvettes, that they go and they at least try to help your tacky people, your toxic. I know. Then you're a human being, and who's more confused than a bully? Who? Leave me a comment. No, really. I triple dog dare you. Because on my channel, we're coming from the land of enchantment in Kirky, New Mexico. You're venturing into Don't Give a Flying Fig television. Life out here in the Southwest. Watching the rest of the world. It's been a very interesting, at least this morning, between 3 and 4 in the morning, what I saw was going down for all hell's a popping for little tiny fist of fury. Isn't it though? But on my channel, we like to tap into fairy tales. We like to use the tarot. We do tarot readings. That all of that's rolled together into one granddaddy of them all channeled message. So, on my channel, thank you for coming here and spending time with me. You can stay safe in this new way of doing things every time you come here. Share my videos. Get everybody to come here. You know what I'm going to say. Listen to what your soul is asking you to do, collective. For this day, for your sake. Tarot is a self-help tool. It's used on my channel, 5 Mirror Mirror Tarot, so the viewer can enhance self-awareness, can build emotional resilience. And tarot can help you set boundaries with a toxic person. Because it can. Because I said so. The content on my channel shared here is based on publicly available information, research, tarot and fairy oracles, Shakespeare, in a tarot and fairy oracle reading. Shakespeare and the Froud. How eclectic is that? For your enjoyment. And the PSAs, right here on 5 Mirror Mirror Tarot. That's to encourage thoughtful discussion. Yeah, so you'll leave me comments. And to provide awareness about narcissism. And we use the tarot reading to clarify a multitude of messages. That's why I tell you, is this an open read? Many subjects, many messages, a multitude of messages and blessings that all come pouring forth through a channeled message. I'm the vessel, and I spit it all out, say it like it is for you. I do not I do not shine sunshine up your beehole. Not up your behiney. I do not. Viewer discretion is advised. As the fairy tales discussed, and the topics discussed, those are the public service announcements, may be sensitive or disturbing as hell to some audiences. No, it just make your children's eyes glaze over, but I suggest this is not for children. These are true fairy tales, so here's my disclaimer. These are the real grisly guts of the Grimm brothers. That's where I'm delving into that darkness. This video is created for informational and educational purposes only under the principles of fair use. The goal of this channel is to discuss and analyze and document true public service announcements laced in some pretty gritty fairy tales using the tarot and the proud fairy oracles both at the same time because it's more fun that way. And this is for entertainment purposes to document these tarot enhanced channeled messages that I share with you with accuracy and sensitivity and with respect. All individuals mentioned in this video are treated with respect and with utmost dignity. Except for Tiny Fist of Fury, those are jokes. And no disrespect is intended towards bullies or narcissists, no matter who they are in the pecking order, or anyone connected to or focused on during this beautiful reading. And permission is not granted to link or to repost this video. This video is for educational and spiritual entertainment value and for entertainment purposes only. Open read, many subjects, lots of blessings coming through the whole time. This video doesn't refer to any specific person and should not refer to any specific person, even if it's a joke or a fairy tale. As have an NPD, because it is a joke or a fairy tale. No specific person, real or imagined, living or ceased. No specific person as having NPD, no specific person or narcissist with narcissistic traits, especially to support an allegation that the maker of this video believe or support a claim that a person is literally a narcissist or a bully or an F-tard. You know, an F-tard, like all the F-tards in Congress, and I say a pox on both houses. You hear me? You weren't expecting that, were you? A pox on both houses need to get their poop together. That's my opinion. That's for entertainment purposes. But isn't Karma is a bish, and isn't Tiny Fist of Fury? It's true. He's learning that Karma is a bish. It's a great big old bish, and is biting him on his winky. And all of them in the Geo Grand Old Protect the Pervy and the White House Party, they are all beneath contempt. They are all being very low vibrational right now. They are freaking the F out is what they are, and that's no joke. Now then, boundaries are key on my channel to you learning how to manage others for real, in the real world. In the real world, man. So you can manage others' narcissistic tendencies, or however the hell they treat you poorly or mistreat you, right? Tarot does not offer a magical bullet to outsmart your narcissist or your bully. Rather, it shines a light. So you learn to use your discernment and your survival instincts of fight or flight. That was a joke. It's for entertainment purposes. I teach you ways to strengthen your internal capacity, your own self. Not my job to do it, but I can give you clues. So you can navigate the tricky relationship dynamics. I think it works better that way. I use the power of the tarot for entertainment, though. Entertainment purposes only. Because I'm on YouTube, and the tarot and the fairy oracles, the fraud, and this YouTube channel's content for all the situations I'm going to look at today were pretty damn funny between 3 and 4 in the morning to stifle my laughter. Oh, yes. Laugh until I cried. I couldn't believe. Kalu, thank you, God. I heap praise upon your name. You finally gonna let us all see you get that one man who's responsible for all of this. Doesn't need to send a flood. He just needs to call that son of a bitch up there to heaven and have a talking to with him. Let him stand at the hem of the divines. Well anointed, washed and kept, sandaled foot and hem of his gown, saying, "My ways are not your ways, Donald John, and now you're gonna get it." Because he is. This comes from using the frequencies on my channel, from using the tarot cards and the fairy oracles together with everything else we do. It's kind of like a mock, like the mock turtle in Alice in Wonderland. This is a mock psychological tool, the tarot and the fraud, on my channel that prompts the viewer to resonate in introspection this morning. I don't care what other people, there's a million of them out here in tarot land, or tarot and oracle land. I don't know what they do. That's their beeswax. This is how I do it. For me. And my most authentic, true self, and sure is fun. This tarot fairy oracle reading right now is for fun. It's not for fortune telling. It's not predictions of the narcissist or bully's next move. No, I'm just tapping into the energies. That's all I'm doing. There's nothing nefarious about that, YouTube. So that we tap into the energies that are very, 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 very dark, collective. So you can use your discernment, which I tell you to do with all my might and main. And use your intuition to decide to make your decisions in a split second. And I've used tarot for decades. When dealing with tacky people, real or imagined bullies, well, it's never easy, is it? But on my channel, tarot can be experienced as a potent, a powerful tool used to reclaim your sense of your true, authentic self. But mainly, I'm here to help you learn, the best way, and it feels really good, to protect your heart. Yeah. Tarot can be used to crack open hope by understanding and carefully learning here in a constructive way to manipulate a bully or a negative person's vulnerabilities, because you have the right to protect yourself on all levels, because you do. And that's all we are doing on this channel, is me teaching you to teach yourself to learn how to do that effectively and actually use it and grow those skill sets, because it's a self-love practice that will kick in the law of attraction. Now, the tarot points out their vulnerability, which can save you from harm in potentially unsafe scenarios, because you're learning how to read the room, to read your bully or your tacky people. We use the tarot here so that you can take your power back. You can become a way that they can never manipulate you again. They can never do this to you again. Stop the madness your way. Do it. Do it. I triple dog dare you. I know we're in Mercury retrograde, oh boy. And Saturn retrograde. Saturn part of that, we know what Mercury retrograde is, but the Saturn retrograde is going from the known into the uncomfortable unknown. Oh, we're all in our North Node, baby, and it's real darn uncomfortable, but I see in the collective consciousness, it's doing a lot of good. People are getting comfortable and remembering who they really are. And the entire collective consciousness, that is a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. This is some new phase in your ongoing growing ascension processes to get us through what that man, that terrible, awful, awful, awful man. This transformation is global, what we talk about today too, not just for you, but for everybody. Your confirmation is going to be during this reading. Of all the readings, I've almost got 150. I'm a brand new, spanking brand new channel. Well, this reading is your confirmation. Dark energies. They scapegoat others for sport or for the fun of it, because they do. Follow your dreams. You stay away from them. They are annoyed and very frustrated, and they're aching to take things out on you at every level all at once. Don't go near them. A love balm, an ointment, a healing, a vibration, or a sense of protection, self-identity, and actualization in your own skin. You attract in a spirit guide, or you contact one you already have, used in a meditation, that are going to help you. With mindfulness, this is a soft light from within. This is illuminating what is there. With honesty and sympathy for yourself, they don't need any more of your energy. They've had enough. There is a common growth between lovers. Go do that. A sense of compromise works out well. Go do that. Even if it's just in your own skin, go do that. You do not announce your intentions loudly to your tacky people. You quietly conclude. You leave another close to you. This could be a family member. Leaving two fresh mouths longing to endure. Oh, I'm sorry. For some of you, you have two people at the same time have a crush on you. Two people at the same time to varying degrees. Oh, this is going to be tough on you. These are both appropriate yet impure thoughts about you, collective. I don't care what your gender is or what your gig is. That's your beeswax. I'm just the vessel, leaving two fresh mouths longing to enjoy being entangled. Add a shot of love energy to carry both of you for a very long, lovely while. But see, that could be interesting even if it's just in your own skin. That's your inner divine masculine, inner divine feminine. Perpetrating some kind of form of discovery on each other's essences. In your own skin, minding your own business, doing the dishes, and you're like, all of a sudden, these wonderful feelings overtake you from head to toe. You're, what the hell was that? Oh, yes, please. Could we do that again? Oh, yes, please. Oh, it's just passing. It wasn't gas. You're not gassy. That was some very lovely energies. You must put your foot down. I'd say put your boot to their throat, your toxic nitwits. Ideas on how to guard your home from energy thieves. Those are energy vampires. Then you attract in love vibrations. You block that out and repel it, and then you attract in getting some action. I'm so proud of you. Most people nowadays are afraid of intimacy. That's a joke. It's for entertainment purposes. Now, this is for real, though. Holy Spirit, thank you. If you go back, some of you, not all of you, you just keep the parts that you love and resonate. You let the ones you don't like go. It's okay, I don't mind. But those of you, this is some of you, I do this. I'll warn you. This is one of those PSAs that's now laced into your tarot card reading. If you go back, that toxic will work to get you trapped in your head again. Do not fall for it. Don't you do it. You worked too hard. You walked out of your grim past. You walked into an opportunity, and it is meant for you to get your gateway and to walk through it. You're not waiting for anybody. You're going on with or without people. You're done. So you can do good things, and you attract in high love, a divine form of love, like because you're connected to the divine. But this is a divine love for your meat suit and somebody else's meat suit. Discovering things about each other's meat suits in the marriage bed YouTube. YouTube gets your mind out of the gutter. Misfortune or bad luck temporarily for your butt nuts because you caught them. They almost pulled something off on you in this Capricorn energy. Rules the 10th house of career. Yeah. Monkeying around with your livelihood. Organized, diligent, patiently evil, trying to stop you from working your way to the top right now. That timing is of the essence, and they know it, so they're really working hard, and you keep catching them. It's going to be a judgmental vibration. You don't have time for that. You're tapping into your intuition. You're feeding your soul. You're feeding your mind. You need to review your body's nutritional needs. It's going to be Christmas. You can't overdo it. In moderation. All that fatty food, your poor liver, your poor tummy, your poor bowels. That's a joke, YouTube. I'm not a doctor. That was a joke. Too much, too little, or too much or too little on your plate right now. Then walk away from the plate. Because if you make a decision, and then you pick out something, you have to pay for it. No, at the last minute, I don't want to eat that. Now you have to eat the whole thing. It's the opposite of a poop sandwich, but you still have to eat it. Avoid complaining or indulging in negative thinking. That's what they're trying. That's how they're going to try and get you in that stinking thinking, because it's worked before, and they're desperate. You're tacky people. Strong feelings of regret for hurting you. They'll never admit it unless it's going to help them get something out of you, to trick you. You use erotic behavior to alter the state of awareness of a recipient. You relax, and in anticipation, this moves you to progression, so that you and this lovely, lovely, non-toxic person, and they deserve this, and you deserve this. Into Congress. Yeah, figure that one out, YouTube. Congress. Oh dear. Oh my. She said something startling and scandalous. What was in the dark will come to light. I'll say that's what I saw between 3 and 4 in the morning. All across the board. Your meditation to keep assessing and extending, or meaning that you're monitoring your practice efforts so that you can stay on track. Dreams. Keeping your lover for posterity. Oh, this one's a keeper is what that means. The one that's not toxic is a keeper. Just scaring the crap out of your ex who was not a keeper. How to deal with a problem or even an unwanted love. That would be, your tacky ex. Someone you like can't stop thinking about you. I told you about having sex with you. And this is the person. It's mutual. It's reciprocal. You and this person would really love to be having sex with each other. Because it's part of our human nature, YouTube. I know that you're you're AI and computer non-human. You can't wrap your little, motherboard around that, or your basic computer languages around that. Just why they're going to fail when they keep messing with the creators. Because the creators are the human touch, and the AI can't fake that. Because it can't. Anyone want to leave me a comment? Tell me, where did these AI, filthy, nasty, dirty AI pictures that show up for chimney sweeper companies locally that are just really, yeah. But we can't say, we have to speak a magic language on YouTube, but there it is, hoovering over where your little, what are they? Your little playlist that the AI feeds to you by whatever you punch in. It picks out stuff for you next. Where did those, how do you get those off your computer? It's very annoying. Oh, because it's AI, because there's no laws that will stop them from doing it. Well, this crowd ain't going to do anything about it. This is a sidebar. It is an open reading mini subjects. Here's one. The little gal that showed pornography on the House floor for the first time in our country's history now is trying to repent or something, or I think she's running for Senate. Anyway, I digress. Well, they're too busy with them doing that on the House floor. How are we going to get around to, I said, a pox on both houses? When are we going to get around to passing laws on AI to get that crap off of my computer? I'm an old woman. I didn't sign up for seeing that. The energy I have to put into not look. Oh, God, what is it this time? What are they? And these companies, do they really think, I don't think they do, that was a good idea. Matthew 24:24. Is he deceitful and attempts to lure the church into following him? Yeah. The skin suit filled with diarrhea at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue this morning was spewing scripture. That's blasphemy, about how we have to take care of the vulnerable children because, yeah, words fail me. He's a heel, he's a jerk, he's a cold-hearted person, al presidente alcalde. At each other's throats, metaphorically, though, right now. That's when I tapped in before I turned on that camera. And how does unwillingness to forgive feel in your body? I'm telling you on my channel, it's none of him or the Geo Protect the Pervy Party. It's none of their business that, yes, we are going to forgive them. It's none of their business between us and the divine if we believe in God. So that he can get, and he's working, so that he can get revenge on you-know-who. And the GOP, every last one of them, past, present, and future. Mittens isn't going to escape. Liz Cheney's not going to escape. Dick Cheney is not going to escape. No. Revenge dish best served cold. Department of. Yeah, baby. They're about to get their reckoning. So I think I have to get over here. I have no frickin' idea whatsoever. Let's see. This ought to be fun. What does the divine need to share with the collective? Ooh, okay. Ooh, that's a lot. Ooh, green. Leaves of green and gold. Prosperity, emotional wealth first, then we all get some money. And it's not some stupid check with his name on it so that right? Comic Corner, wow. This is your people down here. I told you for all my reading, we're starting at 1600, we're picking one, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. That one. A maladaptive one. You open the DSM-5 and there's a picture of President Dumpy Pants. And now I have to apologize to Lauren Boebert for that filk song that I sang about her. Wow. This is not pretty. The toxic people are scrambling. And that includes, I'm talking about yours. In your neck of the, if this has not already happened already, it maybe happened in the near past, 4 or 5 days behind you, or today's the day, and it's going to unfurl for you going forward. That's the Six of Pentacles, end of all of our frustration with that man in the White House. Then we get the Nine of Wands reversed. He stops going up the ladder. Now he's at the bottom rung again, and it's pissing him off. And his party. Same thing's going on in your neck of the woods. You've got a little bit of a drama, psychodrama playing out. You're the Queen of Pentacles, though. You're keeping it together. King of Pentacles reversed. That was him posting pictures this morning of him hugging on Melania. And then almost that fake kiss. Where they go and turn their heads. That fake kiss, that fake poser kiss. And the GOP this morning, between 3 and 4 in the morning during my meditation, the GOP are panicking. They know that if he shuffles off his mortal coil because all of this comes to a head and he just goes eep, they're done. They're done. They hitched their wagons to him and they will be punished for it. They waited till the 11th hour to turn on him, to finally decide they were not afraid of him. And he even cowed the Democrats into doing what they finally gave in. And for what? Thin air. They got nothing for that whole deal. But everyone knows on both sides, I said a pox. Page of Cups is still breadcrumbing us about files that, look, Epstein's estate said to our Congress, approached them, they said, hey, would you like these emails? Like, hey, Russia, if you're listening, remember that? Where are the emails? Yeah, that pendulum is now swinging back. Butter emails is now, but Butter emails was bullshit. We know that. We also now know from the emails that came out of in the last 48 hours, I'm going to be nice. We know some timelines. He's going down. All of them are. But so are yours. It's coming out. How bad can these things that they did be? This is your person. You've never seen them this scared. Your person has never scrambled so hard in their miserable, entitled, arrogantly kissed, hate-fueled lives. Your person has been eating shit for a while, but now they've been given, it's not a sandwich, it's a lasagna of poop. Lasagna, take another bite. They have to eat that whole tray of lasagna filled with that, like that movie, The Help, where she put in that pie. The bad thing that she did to put in that pie. Your person's eating one of those pies, collective. Your person has been eating it for a while, but not like a hand over fist, like tiny fist of fury is having to little tiny fistful of him. So here is where magic comes in. It comes in the laws of the universe. And the laws of the universe is merciful to you, but not to these tacky, toxic people. From all the way up the top, from the fish rotten from the head down, to your stinky in the bowels of that beast, are the ones that you have to put up with for real. The more you show up and you give love to yourself, the more you receive, and they can't touch you. Yes, this is why they can't touch you. You validate yourself. Trick or treat, you validate yourself. This is an end to your frustration with them. You don't get validation from broken people. Now they're coming at the bottom rung where they always keep you at some weird ladder scenario, right? And you were always the one get to the top all the time, have to knock you down. They knock themselves down. You kept everything up and running, going smooth. Oh, this green King of Pentacles reverse, they can't keep it going. You keep it going. You don't have a problem. And you didn't sign up for being breadcrumbed your whole entire freaking existence just from the second you met this moron. You're not doing it. You shine from a light, being yourself in your birthday suit, being yourself, your own true self, in the here and now, magnetizing your soul, taking a break, taking a little spa. Mental health day that you declared for yourself. What crosses the situation? Ooh, these are so pretty. The ones, they're thick. These aren't rumors. It feels a lot like they burn bridges. Your people burn bridges in a scary way. Going back over years and years of time. It's impossible for your karmic pimple to negate, to deny. They ratted out a whole bunch of people who are now turning on them. There is no room for interpretation, rat-a-tat-tat. Karmic person's getting karma for ratting out and betraying an awful lot of people in a clique, a whole community. A whole community has turned family, friends, school chums, like going back, to kindergarten. Yeah, Ace of Swords reversed. Justice. Ooh, they're getting justice. 10 of Swords. They put 10 swords in their own back by starting this. By talking, they let something slip, or they just out and out started saying, this is what they're doing. I'll tell you how it works. 9 of Swords reversed. They did something they thought was going to guarantee it, like recording something on your voicemail or something and saving it. Or do they still wear a wire? Do people still wear a wire? High Priestess, that whatever this was is high up. It's taken seriously. And they put themselves, 2 of Wands, in jeopardy. They have to make a decision if they're really going to do this or not. And if they do really do this, those people deal with, a Neptune influence, a Scorpio influence, 6 of Cups reverse, and Devil. Like an underworldly, like the joke about the mafia breaking kneecaps or cement shoes and stuff, I'm making a joke about it, but the vibration I'm picking up is there is some kind of real concern there. If they do this, stab themselves in the back with 10 people that they thought they were going to control in order to get the nightmare to be over, though they had to cooperate with an authority. That's like a lawyer, an attorney, a prosecutor, a judge, something, in order to save, so they stay intact and everyone else goes to the big house where they get like probation or something, or maybe if they do go to jail. And again, they have to decide something, and I really picked up between 3 and 4 in the morning. This person might just, get to a certain point and it gets too hot. They're going to leave. They're going to hightail it out, going to disappear in hopes they never have to come back. Yeah, right, in this economy. If they really are dealing with an underworldly energy, that's of the world. That is the devil card. Upside down, where they wouldn't look at what will happen if you really do this. Could harm come to you? And they were like in a blind, narcissistic rage of I don't care if I go to jail, put me in jail. Then in bravado and all that, and then by morning they'd scared the bejeebies out of themselves. Right? What's the basis? The basis of the situation up here. Okay. These are very thick. Your blunderpuss is not smarter than your average bear, collective. You're the Queen of Swords. You told them that. You better make damn sure if you do this. I'm only going to say this once, and it's not a debate, and I'm not repeating myself. If you do this, do not come to me. Because that's what they do. They come running to you. This idiot is creating a boondoggle to kick off this weekend. Use your discernment. I think we're there. Through the grapevine, you are seeing mayhem and stress unfolded. And now it's still unfurling. In the last few days and in the here and now, more things are being ginned up. Now the whole thing stinks on ice. With your tacky person and company, all of them. Again, a pox on both houses. Giving is receiving, and the energy of the universe is merciful towards you. They're getting nothing but karma. Next. They're getting nothing but karma. You told them. I'm going to tell you I told you so. I told you so. And now they're pissed off and you can't be a star. Well, to be a star, you don't just beep, I'm a star. There's a bunch of stuff you have to go through to become a star. So they're spreading rumors. That would be a smear campaign. The smear campaign is to stop your ships from coming in. That would be around your work, trying to stop your traffic, for Christmas. Sure, yeah. Stop traffic to your prosperity, to your front door and back door, to secure your household finances and keep them lush. They're trying to take all the dishes out of your dishwasher and smash them on the floor and say that you made them do that because you wouldn't give them affection. Damn straight you're not going to give them affection because of them doing things like they just tried to do by throwing your dishes on the floor out of the dishwasher and smashing them. They're weak. You're strong. You're not putting up with this. So, over the next 2 weeks ahead. Ooh, okay. Oh, but these feel really good. It's really. Ooh, green, and blue. Emotion. Ooh, 5 of Pentacles reversed. You will not be let out into the cold by these menches. Shiksas and menches. Nebbishes. Let's see. 7 of Pentacles reversed. That's them trying really, really desperately to knock you off your square. 8 of Cups. You see it coming. You walk away before any of this can land. They're reduced to the Page of Pentacles. You learn to put dishes up that are made out of, oh, what was that stuff? I think we still have those Corel. They're not supposed to break. Oh, those plastic trays that we had our food in public school. That you could not destroy those trays. You learned, or paper plates. You learned if you're going to throw my dishes on the floor, they're not going to break anymore. I'm not doing it. You feel your tacky person is wound up. They're taking on an ugly set of dust-ups with the universe itself over the next 2 weeks, so you use your discernment. This is for entertainment purposes. Your person is in a legal maelstrom, will wind up in court, in the hot seat, and I don't feel that your toxic ex-partner. This isn't for everyone. You keep the parts that resonate and then you let the rest go. But the toxic ex-partner is going to be I don't think they're going to survive this one. They've done a lot to you. A lot. But this, it's not you. He could do all this stuff to you or she. These are other people that they can't get away with it. The amount of gaslit action has been done in a proactive sense to save a scoundrel's own skin. He's doing, or she, they're doing this to save their butt. You go do what your passions are. You do what your heart compels you to do, and you go do that with grace. You go do that. What crowns you? Don't have it? Okay, I see. Yeah, you don't see eye to eye with them. Over the next 2 weeks, and then what crowns you is you don't want to be part of this bullshit. The Two of Cups reversed. Narcissist wants you to applaud how he or she is punishing these gang stalker friends. You remember them. His family members, her family members, who he assembled around the clock and then unleashed their hellhounds on you, tortured you for no reason, it turned out, of course. Narcissist sat there and watched you struggle, and they were fine with all of that. And you asked your narcissist, what is your effing red line? You can't take on that many people and piss off that many people at once and provide terror to control your minions that way. No, what did you mean when you said, oh, no, I told you, I'm only going to say it once, so you better listen because I'm not going to repeat it. You're not taking me down any circular conversations, and this is not a debate. You're not in control here. Tacky person. 6 of Wands, they're not successful. Reversed. Ace of Pentacles, you are. You go on, do you. Hanged Man, everything fits into place for you. 7 of Wands, he can't justify what he doing this to that many people. This is divine retribution. They kind of tricked your person into doing this. The ideas, the projections, and the expectations that we superimpose onto the male form and the female form, the human body, are not real. Oh, we're all equal. We're all humans. No matter what our what shape, color, creed, gender, we're all humans. Like, have you lost your effing mind? Oh, and I told this person this. Oh, I told that person. It's definitely in the future. Okay. The Fool reversed. They're not taking any more risks. They know they screwed up by poking 20 or 30 bears at the same time that all have dirt on your person. There's the Ten of Cups. That's the gossip. And it's scandalous. Ten of Pentacles. They're all willing to take your person down. He's willing to take them down. They're lawyering up, some of them. Or some of them are lawyers and can represent themselves. And if your Viva la douche thinks that they're going to stand up and be able to defend themselves, well, no. Five of Cups. They'll be crying over more than spilled milk. This is where it has to stop. You told your tacky person, and so just no. You know your ass is on the bottom line. If you finger your own that poor man's Sopranos crime syndicate that you seem to pop together, or the not Breaking Bad, just bad, this is not a good thing that you do. Just saying. I know, stupid. You're nudged to get moving. You do what is in your lovely, lovely, lovely soul's best interest. You go and you do that. Definitely in the future. That's definitely in the future. What's in the place of hope? Hope in the environment. Ooh, lemon. Lemonade. Lemonade. Death card, you're closing this cycle. Want those around you think of you. Oh, their hope is, and your hope is, that they don't want to keep this shit in hiding. Taking this desperate action is damning for them, but they don't want to keep it in hiding. I think someone I saw this morning, they got the heads up or think that someone was going to do something to them first. And so they had to do that, thinking they would take control, playing Stratego, and they were playing checkers. Page of Swords running with the scissors, the Tower. It's not, the walls are closing in. They've crumbled, toppled on your person. Six of Cups is the lemonade reversed. They cannot make lemonade out of this. They screwed themselves. You're saying that's both hope and what do those around you think of you? This is not good for your narcissist. He or she has information that will support a real live trial. A real one. A real one. They're in a sticky wicket. I was never going to admit or talk about these alleged crimes until now. These alleged crimes also, the reason they're afraid of you is because of the gang stalking went on for a long time, and it was documented because you called the police. It was documented. And so the alleged crimes, they're saying this gang that couldn't shoot straight of gang stalkers actually turned into some kind of a little poor man's crime syndicate of their own, just their own little fantasy worlds. But they actually did something. This is for entertainment purposes. It's a tarot card reading. All of a sudden they're confessing, just like a stool pigeon, a rat, domestic terrorist. They're seen as a domestic terrorist group. Your gang stalkers had a task force. That's what I saw this morning. There was a task force on them. And then they started really doing criminal activity because they bought into their own BS little fantasy that they were like the Sopranos. Got it? Domestic terrorist ring of gang stalkers extorted money and goods and services. They were to leave them alone. They would just take the money and then, well, we'll be back, and then they wouldn't go back. They just move on to another mark. What's your heart's desire? I know. These are bright. Okay, this one. He got caught doing something, and he offered these people up as a sacrifice to save his own scrawny neck. The whole thing. Just wouldn't stop talking. I think this is going to end up pissing off a lot of his comrades or his partners in gang stalking crimes against you too. See? That means they were doing this to you. They were doing it to other people and then got too big for their britches. But another target fought tooth and nail and won and beat your narcissist. Backhanded your bully is quite a twist in the plot. Revenge, dish, best served cold department. Scarier bully backstabs your bully. Irony's twist. Love is divine, and you are delightful, collective. All we are is love, collective. That's all we are. 5 of Wands. You expand in your soul tribe, the ones who do love you. 3 of Pentacles. Embellish upon your life. Make it prettier. 4 of Cups reversed. Yeah, they walked into a sliding glass door and were shocked that it shattered and that they got hurt. They hurt themselves. Judgment card reversed. In the end, they're going to learn that they should not have done this. They should not have done this. And the outcome? Which ones? Which ones? That one for sure. Okay, that's a lot. Ace of Wands, 3 of Cups. Manifesting to culmination. You being able to celebrate. Then you go to the 9 of Cups, so you triple your luck. Then you're the Queen of Cups. Then King of Wands reversed is them. They get to see you go and level up again. Taking care of yourself. The Empress is you've got the Empress in wisdom. Chariot reversed. You defeated them. You're at the top of the Wheel of Fortune. Manifesting through the Magician. 4 of Wands, you popped open a portal. Knight of Swords, taking action to communicate a boundary. Ooh, with the Sun reversed. How you going to expose them if they try to pull you into this crap. Ace of Cups, your cup's filled to overflowing. And then you connect your Emperor and your Empress with all of those cards in between now. Your tacky person has taken a lot of heat now. And just in time for karma to come a-calling. For a long visit to process, painfully long process, indeed, collective. Your person is a narcissistic rat and is narking to the authorities, collective. Whatever this is, it was important enough to flag it this morning during my meditation. But it was also, from what I'm sharing with you, they're saying right now in the here and now, that you're flagging it in your mind. You know what I'm talking about. That to your mind, that's proof that there's something there. They did something. Some measure of criminal substance, real or imagined, but something that creates compromise, that created a foundational something in the state of Denmark, stinking on ice. True love is in the fact that we are a soul in union with the divine. And you're a courageous truth teller. And true love is found within you. For yourself. Okay. Now I get to tap into the angelic realm because we already did the fairy realm and they work hand in hand with the divine, the fairies. What? Okay. But if a man live many years and rejoiced in them all, yet Let him remember the days of darkness. That's your shadow side. For they shall be many. It's how we have peaks and valleys, shadow and light, in order to grow that soul. All of that cometh is vanity. That would make you a narcissist if you don't adhere to the first part of this verse. Rejoice, O young man, in thy youth, and let thy heart cheer thee in the days of thy youth, and walk in the ways of thine heart in alignment with the divine, so that, and in the angst of thine eyes, of God's eyes. But know thou that for all of these things God will bring thee into judgment. You have nothing to fear to be brought into judgment. You live your life well. Therefore remove the sorrow from thy heart, and put away evil from thy flesh, for childhood and youth are vanity. Those days are gone. They're a non-experience. It's a non-experience. Now then, between 3 and 4 in the morning, I did a Bible divination. 2 Chronicles 17:11. Oh, so some of the Philistines brought Jehoshaphat presents and tributes of silver, and the brought him flocks and 1,007 something reins and 7,700 goats. Oh, those are gifts. Your karmic feminine or masculine realize that nobody feels sorry for them. They have taken on a nature of a predator. Your intuition says right now, the karmic person has never been more dangerous. This means our species in Esther will flourish in our walk in our soul family's unity today. Today is the story of Jesus' resurrection and ascension, and the Holy Ghost and the Holy Spirit's purpose for mankind always. Be careful and use your discernment today. Like every predator in nature, your karmic person could regress under pressure and lose all control. Look what they're doing. We are taught during this Living Word meditation, we are taught a consistent message from God's Word, being drawn towards and we are under Pluto returns, and we're Saturn retrograde, and Mercury retrograde. They must lash out, your karmic, and some of these karmics need intervention. They're in some kind of a crisis. They might need to be restrained for their own safety. Tell them to get help. Or maybe safety for the caregivers. So you think you know the story of Trumple Thin-Skin. Now it's time for some Shakespeare. We're going to do Richard III. Are you ready? This is a body tale by the brothers Grimy. Once upon a time there was a repulsive man who schemes his way to the throne by schmurdering the souls of underage teenage beauty pageant princesses, so they grow up to be pissed off at life. Yeah, but they're entitled. By eliminating his own best friend, then he eliminated anyone who stands in his way. He began by engineering the death of his political opponents or social media using Q conspiracy apparatus and Fox News. In order to stay out of prison, King Richard III then seizes power with help from Russia and Elon Musk. After having schmurdered democracy, he declares himself the very first king ever. But the truth is far older, and according to Carl Jung, much darker collective. But his tyrannical reign leads to rebellions, and his eventual political death in battle, when 75 or 80, we're up to 80 now, repukes, in the Senate and members of the Congress stick a fork in him because he's cooked, because he's done. The files are real. The scandalous, and they are, the scandalous, salacious, juicy details are growing every single day more. Drip, drip, drip. And the optics go radioactive. Why, many Republicans are in tough districts, and they're not so boisterous in their defense of the pedo man. Pedo man. He wants to be a pedo man. What is it with that man during that dance where it looks like he's jerking off 2 giraffes? And what was it with that, remember that clip where he was perpetrating some kind of fellatio on a microphone when he was running for his life to stay out of prison? Remember that? Google it. There's a video for real. But they're not so boisterous to be in defense of. And does he not know that YMCA is a gay anthem? You'd think that one of the Steves, any one of the 3 Steves, Scalise, Bannon, or Miller, would have said, might want to lay off the YMCA song. Might want to. Watch how quickly they will run from the word hoax to, I haven't seen all of the information in order to give the Stockholm Syndrome is what they are in a nutshell. Open up the DSM-5, you see every Congress critter on the R side and Mr. King. There's that picture. They don't dare. King Richard can in this case, King Richard III can politely go F himself. Tiny Fist of Fury is up to his little piggy eyeballs today. At 3 and 4 in the morning he was, where he desperately shouts to Carolyn Levitt, a media whore, my kingdom for a horse-faced woman, Caroline, fall on your sword, kind of nowish. Saturn retrograde is afoot. This channeled message means we all need to breathe free from unhealthy alternatives. Go do something else than watch these fools self-destruct. You can watch videos later. It'll still be out there. You're not going to miss anything. This is a political science fiction. Pedophilia. When did pedophilia become a partisan issue? In 2025, 11 months into this miscreant's second term. When did it? When did pedo become partisan with Trumpism? Now that Tiny Fist of Fury, his karma has him by his dingly dangly parts. And it's squeezing. And he hollers, let me go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Oily president by his toe. And when he hollers, let me go, we say, no, 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 no. We gonna watch you play, you piggy in the middle. Piggy in the middle. And this vile character's fate is far too disturbing for your usual run-of-the-mill Shakespeare in the Park play. Karma catches up with the maladaptive narcissist in your neck of the woods, too. And now, Tiny Fist of Fury, he's trapped in his own pumpkin-spiced melon of a head. He is wallowing in his own toxic stew. He's just like another tricky dick that we knew in our youth in the White House, who was also just so happened to be a Republican. It started the drip, drip, drip that echoes the scandal that was called Watergate. The vulnerable GOP is the grand old panic now party. With swollen cankles, Tiny Fist of Fury topples, balancing on his bone-spurred feet during his final battle to stay relevant as Presidente Alcalde. Having lost his horse, Carolyn Levitt resigns. Can't lie for Tiny Fist of Fury anymore. You heard it here first. She's going to resign. Two of Pentacles reversed. Carolyn Levitt resigns. He's willing to trade his kingdom to Putin for a new press secretary to continue fighting. Six of Cups and the Devil reversed. The collective consciousness on the entire globe needs to break free from Tiny Fist of Fury now, and his unhealthy attachments to sucking the life out of everybody on the earth right now. He hit a toxic sweet spot in his, and this is an open read, multi-messages, channeled message, multi-subjects. Though Tiny Fist of Fury's eventual total isolation, his lack of genuine connections, his inability to find any lasting happiness because he is a doofus. Karma is delivering blow by blow, immediate karmic retribution. This is the universe on one hand and God's wrath on the other, kicking his poo-cake, diapered, ugly, spotty loathsome behind. The stench adhering to the GOP is enough to drive suburban independent voters straight over to the waiting arms of the Democratic side of the aisle, even if nothing criminal emerges. The Epstein gets top billing first every day. It's the Epstein gets top billing first, and that's just about doing Tiny Fist of Fury's head in every day. So the Epstein and Tiny Fist of Fury connection is impossible to sweep back under that carpet. He is desperate to shove Mr. Chin as campaign manager, remember him? But he refused. So now he wants to bring back Smelly Ann Conway. This is all an expression of Trumpel-Thin-Skinovich's. This is all an expression of Trumpel-Thin-Skinovich's desperate need, indicating he would sew socks that smell on someone named Boba. I said, this is all an expression of Trumpel-Thin-Skinovich's desperate need, indicating he would sew socks that smell on someone named Booba. Not Boobala, he said Baba. To have a new White House press secretary to break Insky. Six of Cups and the Devil reversed means the collective consciousness needs to move on from the past 11 months behind us, possibly leaving a codependent situation with an inept sitting president. The whole globe population needs to get on with it. Keep overcoming our fear of change. And throw the bum out and also the Republic scum. All those con men. Because Tiny Fist of Furies still exploitively grifting and a crime in behavior, ultimately pushed the grand old pervy party, or the stupid people's party, and his voters and his supporters and his money changers were all pushed away by him first, drawing from an original version of Shakespeare that will never be sanitized on 5mm, using the tarot, and the proud fairy oracles, topsy-turvets. He is now dependent on external validation like never before. Like a Yankee. That's for entertainment purposes. It's a joke. And now he is starving for supply. There is no there. He is not able to manage or regulate his over-the-top internal insecurity. Six of Cups and the Devil. The Six of Cups reversed indicates Tiny Fist of Fury's resistance to letting go of the past. Stop fighting fate. Release the files you promised to release, you douche. The karma Tiny Fist of Fury is experiencing in the here and now is a chef's kiss. The karma is in a loop. The karma is his continuous cycle of vapid, self-absorbed entitlement and bullying. This is revenge. This is a dish that's best served cold by a corpse named Jeffrey. Ripped up from out of his grave. Jeffrey Epstein in the last 48 hours. His corpse has reached up out of his grave. This is gallows humor. And punched Tiny Fist of Fury in his presidential dick. He doesn't have immunity for any of this. But now people will leave him for good. He's isolated already, left alone physically. His own body's turning on him. Emotionally, he is pretty scared. But now people will leave him for good. Every vulnerable GOP Congress critter knows it. Six of Cups and the Devil reversed. While the Devil reversed points towards the world population getting liberation and transformation from that Pluto return aspect, working with Saturn retrograde and Mercury retrograde. Thank you, Divine. He obviously is carrying the energy that he has shifted into unresolved internal conflict about his best friend forever and ever and ever and ever from eternity, just punched him in the dick, reached out of his grave. So now we all get to sit back and pop some popcorn. He's festering like a boil, and he is stuck, and he remains stuck. Internally, he's very unhappy. He must constantly project his shame on the Democrats and also onto the Republicans. And Marjorie Camel Toe Green. He rules with a Tiny Fist of Fury. This channeled message, using the Six of Cups reversed and Devil reversed, is laced with PSAs about bullies and narcissists and other tacky, toxic people in your life. So let's get out our bingo cards for some more political science fiction to spew out the GOP tent fluffers, tying themselves in pretzels. Six of Cups and Devil together reversed. The whole globe gets to see us breaking out of a lot of negative cycles with this congenital ignoramus asshole. A fearful leader at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is making the Lincoln bedroom up for Mr. Cockup as I speak. This is an open read with many subjects and messages galore that come to you in the format of a channeled message for you to enjoy. Let's do it. He has an inability to grow by never taking responsibility for his schmexuality. Tiny Fist of Fury is stuck in a toxic cycle of the same harmful behaviors, and obviously he never learns from his mistakes. These channeled messages are helpful. These are clues as a warning, asking the viewer to use your discernment every day. Watch all the shift in GOP statements when asked, is it really a hoax? All he makes is mistakes, one mistake after another mistake. Have you noticed that he only makes mistakes and errors, that he doesn't have any success? And the emails are solid and real. Watch them cover that pathetic, their pathetic sad asses from here on in until the midterms. 6 of Cups and Devil reverse. Now, 2 cards together. They point to personal growth for all of mankind. And that requires acknowledging and detaching from past dependencies on that rat asshole. So humankind can reclaim our personal power back. And ignoramus, he became addicted to all of that MAGA crapola, the attention. His need for attention is infinite now. He is not getting admiration at all from others, not from anybody. The fly in his stinky ointment is he must have a ton of narcissistic supply now. He did that to himself, and he is starving himself daily more and more and more. So theoretically, this is for entertainment purposes. It's a joke. He's addicted to those celebrity perks, the energy, the power, as an energy vampire who said that because he's an energy vampire and he's a celebrity, he can grab women by the P word. No fuel there anymore, just fumes. The supply's gone, but it's still needed. He requires that to feel a sense of himself. Gee, who knew? Trumple thin-skinned wannabe king. It's worse than we could have possibly thought. It's gobsmacking. Now is the time for the whole wide world to hold him accountable, like England punished Andrew. He's not Prince Andrew. He doesn't have a title. He doesn't have a castle. He doesn't have shit. And he's starting to rat out to rehabilitate himself. He's starting to rat out Mr. Trump. How about that? They punished him for palling around with sexual terrorist named Jeffrey Epstein. 6 of Cups and Devils reversed. Tiny Fist of Furies. Unshackled from his nightmares. He is now exposed. His real self is not pretty. He is the nightmare. And now he's living a stinking nightmare every time he wakes up. Every day is a new day, just like it was with Milhouse Nixon. His eventual downfall is here. Why, it may not be immediate. Tiny Fist of Furies, manipulative behavior will all be exposed. His lack of genuine support system, they're all posers too, has already become evident, leading to the collapse. All of his manipulative behavior is behind Stormy Daniels, the porn star scandal, and now best friends forever. Secrets that he and his best friend forever had secrets to do with underage girls. It's still called statutory ape rape. If there is it's called statutory means law. Ape ray for an underage girl is still ape ray. Got it? Best friend forever secrets because we ape ray underage girls. And then we labeled them as wayward persuasions and ruined their lives. Ha ha. Ha ha. Very funny. Very funny. Ha ha. Best friends forever secrets he has in common with a PDF who's in the boneyard. That's Jermaine. 6 of Cups, Devil card reversed. That walking box of farts is living in denial, and that is a new kind of nightmare all on its own for that fascist piece of crapola. Epstein's indelible pecker stain is on Tiny Fist of Fury. on his forehead, like the mark of Cain. Now the whole world gets to watch. We get to watch it. It's already become evident that he's guilty of sin, the way he's acting. Leading to the collapse of his political life. Oh, thank God. We get to see that collapse, narcissistic collapse. He's going to be mortified, according to Samuel Vaughnan, who is a licensed professional. So we get to see the collapse of that false life that Trump built. Trump will thin skin. What we are witnessing is plain to see. What you see is karma. It's often just the natural, inevitable political and legal consequences of Tiny Fist of Fury's narcissistic, psychotically fueled, abusive behaviors still on full display. Six of Cups and Devils reversed. He needs to move forward, but he cannot. How can he possibly release the hold that his past secrets that he boasted he shared with his best friend Jeffrey? He sees everything as a feckin' hoax or witch hunt rather than the result of his repulsive, vile behavior and his chaotic, self-absorbed actions. He doesn't look good. Deep, bitter a-hole. Seems a little blue. He's a little blue and green around the gills, a little down in his dumpy pants. He is raging at everyone but himself. One-trick pony. Only his desperate attempts to deflect or misdirection or humbuggery, self-destruction, going about his silly, self-destructive ways. But what he won't do is say nothing and deny everything. He can't keep his pie hole shut. The Significance Collective, this is a parody of one of Shakespeare's most famous quotes, and it comes at the end of the play. Just before Tiny Fist of Fury is metaphorically forced to see the final curtain comes down on him and he's crushed. No standing ovation. Who loves you now, baby? Nobody. These cards for the outcome mean Tiny Fist of Fury, our president, has an unhealthy fixation with someone in the boneyard from his past, from his first administration, who dropped DED dead on Trump's watch. That's not suspicious though, right? And he's obsessing on the past and sweating bullets. So these two cards, the Six of Cups and the Devil reversed, show resistance to change. He's actively clinging to the good old days, to nostalgia, and he does not want to embrace the present and look at the here and now. It scares the crap out of him. Because it does. Now then. We petition the angelic realm and ask for it to allow every soul who's gathered here, 5 mirror tarot, to become exposed to the mighty power of God's white light. We seek to protect every man, woman, and child by unleashing unto them the power of God's healing white light on all levels. We thank God, for he bathed all of us in the glorious warmth of his kindness. This beam of his energies has been enriched with God's own unconditional and non-judgmental love. We ask for the angels to bring every last person in the collective consciousness to be bathed in that power, bestowed only by God's will at being granted benefits, to restore all of mankind to intense love. He is loving us, and he's protecting us on all levels. Extol, Mal, send. Thank you. I extol the name of King Jesus. I ask for our petition today, this morning, to the angelic realm be made correct, and we send our petition to the angels and ancestors with all due respect. Thank you. We are uplifted by positive energies that keep our soul families, souls, high vibes flowing to help each one of us. Every single morning you come in here and show me a kindness. I love you for that. You help us both grow spiritually and become healthy, divine chosen ones forevermore. I know that one might have gone on too long, but that's what I saw. But I love you. I sure do, and I thank you for putting up with me, and I thank you for creating a magical space today. See, we're growing it. And if you'd like to see more of my videos, go look at my playlist. I must have 150. I haven't been here very long, but they're all very good content, all on this topic of bullying, so that you can click on at the end to share my videos and have your friends click on that rutilated quartz heart right there in the corner right here. Have them click on that. And I'm so grateful. I love you guys so, so much. I love you. I know I appreciate you. I thank you so very much for being here and showing me a kindness. And as always, I do. I love you so, so much. And I cannot wait. I get to do this again. I get to do it all again in the next reading. Oh, so let's go. And I love you guys. I love you guys. You go out there and have a really great day.